Om Shanti. Constantly experience an unshakable, immovable, and constant stage. Constantly fearless. To remain unshakable in midst of any type of upheaval is a sign of an elevated Brahmin. The world may be in upheaval, but you elevated souls cannot fluctuate. Why? You know every scene of the drama. Knowledgeful and powerful souls remain constantly and naturally unshakable. So, you must never become afraid of the atmosphere and remain constantly fearless. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 7. Constantly experience an unshakable, immovable, and constant stage. Today's topic: constantly fearless. Self respect point: Brahmin in Baba's lap, God's lap. Where am I right now? In God's lap. Baba came down from the throne of the sky to take me from here. I am Brahmin, his mouth-born child, free from every attraction, immersed in supersensuous joy. Practices Step 1: I am a Brahmin in God's lap, free from every attraction. My intellect stabilized on the One. Step 2: I am Baba's mouth-born child. He came down to take me. The lab is 1 second away. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. When we listen something, it makes us think, and we look at our own maybe few years of life, and lot emerges of when I was fearless and when I had certain fears. I think that in everyone's life, fears to come, but how do I overcome fear? Because there are certain moments, something just happens. So there is fear which emerges. But how do we overcome that? and just become very stable, unshakable, and fearless. And that's what actually the theme of the whole month is: unshakable and immovable. Fear is something which really could shake you. Mm. Everyone has different kinds of fear. Some, they have fear of what darkness. Some have fear of animals, some kind of animals. It's like also certain sanskar of fear are there. So some, they don't have that much fear. I remember that it was in 1960s, early 60s. I was in India, Delhi, and there was war. So when there is war, then they come and prepare you. That when you see some planes coming around your house, you go down or don't come out, and a lot of things they train you for. I know recently also when they were expecting some kind of more uh, war or conflict between Pakistan and in India, even in Mount Abu, because the border is very near, right? So they had to have blackout, and it's not they didn't have light, but they say if you have lights, they will find the location. If they have to throw bombs, so they have to have darkness. So a lot of from government and from our own family, lot of training happened, and that is where actually I got the thought to buy those little lamps, which I gave to every Nivasi, about 3,000 of them, so that and they can keep it in the room. And whenever there is some kind very dark and they have to walk, they should walk with that. And until now, even this time, uh, we gave few hundred. Many centers, small towns, they have a lot of blackouts, and so they can use that. But then I came to know that it's not there was darkness or blackout, but it was they had to do it. So many emergencies come. So there are various situations where fear do arise. Is there anyone here who is never fearful? No? Even for few moments, no? Maybe it doesn't stay long, but what will happen? What's my future? What is this? Like very subtly, these questions arise in the mind, and because of that, there is fear. So, but then different timings, different situations, has given us knowledge. And one of the important practice really is just become detached from body, soul conscious. I belong to Baba. Mm. I'm in Baba's lap. Just feel yourself in Baba's arms as if there is nothing around me. And that becomes reality too. It's not just your thoughts, but you just feel it. Baba's protection is there. Baba's drishti is there. I read so many experiences of people when they were in very, very fearsome situations, how they remembered Baba, had trust in Baba, or practiced soul consciousness, situation changes completely. So Baba wants us to remain unshakable, immovable. And I think that as any stage we will create, unshakable, just imagine that stage will create such powerful vibrations that those vibrations will change external situation also. So I think that our aim is there, and especially at this time, even how to trust someone. There are so much frauds, so much people deceive you, trap you. So much is happening all over. But we have to remain very stable. Because when you are stable, then your abilities and your powers work very well. Like power to think even. In fear, if you think, and when you are fearless, you think, there will be difference in the thoughts. But these are the things to be experienced, and keep in mind that Baba has said we have to be unshakable, immovable. Baba has said that I should be fearless. So keep that in mind, and then look at yourself and on your journey, how you face everything, power to face, all that will give you many, many experiences. So Baba says, remain fearless, unshakable in the midst of every type of upheaval, is a sign of an elevated Brahman. I mean, I saw dadis, they were really fearless. Sometimes I used to wonder that how does it happen. Baba says that the world, maybe in the world there may be upheavals, which is happening lot these days. Baba says, but you elevated souls cannot fluctuate. Why? Why you shouldn't? You know that every scene of the drama, you are knowledgeful, you are powerful, and Baba says, remain constantly unshakable and immovable, right? So you must, Baba says, never become afraid of the atmosphere and remain constantly fearless. In everyone's life will have different situations. It's not same. And everyone had different kinds of fears, not same. But I think that maybe we do not have mostly fear, but little bit somewhere, sometimes could emerge. So keeping Baba's blessing, our homework, our practice, and that is be fearless and no fear. Especially at this time when there is lot of fears. Losing job, might not have something, so many subtle fears. So trust is important. Trust Baba, trust your fortune, trust drama, and definitely you will experience your stage, which is fearless, unshakable, and immovable. Om Shanti.
Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Yes. Lots of love to the Avyakti Parivar and to you, Mohini Didi. Yes, my name is Elizabeth. I'm serving in the Anubhuti Retreat Center in California. I'm so glad, Didi, that you took up this topic in more detail, because recently, which isn't a surprise actually, many students are coming with fears and traumas and also what I call tags. So, traumas, triggers, and tags. I just, it's just a way to remember it. Because the traumas are coming from the past, and how to handle souls that are experiencing a recollection of a trauma, and also to not be affected if they are being triggered, and also if I'm being triggered. To me, a trigger is when a sanskara erupts or kicks in, and it doesn't have any merit to whatever is happening. It's as if something's being projected onto the scene. It's a simple thing that's occurring, and it gets blown out of proportion. And so to me, that's a trigger. And then we don't talk about it. So I'm really glad that we're discussing that today, to be unshakable in the midst of these, triggers, but also a fear of being labeled. And that's what I mean by tagged. So we shouldn't be too honest in the sense that we make a big deal out of it, but how do we pass through these things? And how do we help others pass through these triggers?
I think that I feel that we have to do enough what Baba is telling us to do. That means some of the practices which Baba gives us, or even there are practices based on this avyakti signal. Internally, we have to move, with effort, we move so far and so fast that even if there are traces, there are certain things which erupt, but doesn't happen. I could say with my own experience, only for me is just keep making effort, self-improvement, be better in relationships. So I'm very engaged all the time into self-efforts. And lot of things which used to be part of me look so far, as if I was never that. And lot of beautiful experiences remove all those fears, anxiety. Like when I had to go to India this time, there were one or two things which were not pleasant last time with travel. So I had this anxiety, what will happen? Will I be able to manage? And but we have to do it, have faith in Baba. And everything was so good, so good. And so same was today. Bhumi Ben came. She had few medicals since morning, and last one she said she had so much anxiety, and it was, she said, was so good. Doctor was so good. So I think that somewhere, if we move along and keep practicing, and of course you have to move along. Time never stops, so you cannot stop. So as much we move properly with our effort and faith, then the beautiful experiences of attainments in life help us to remove whatever was in the past. And one thing I find, that whatever happened in the past was beneficial, had to happen. You would not have been what you are today without that past. Like, I never regret, I never kind of feel why this happened in the past. I always say, somewhere I have benefited, somewhere it had been useful, maybe I learned something. So don't regret your past, and embrace it. And time, with the effort, you don't even remember. So much happens, and a time comes you live in the present. And I think that now for all Baba's children, even anyone comes with problems or worries and fears, be calm, be cheerful. Recently, there had been a lot of situations here, there. And when they wanted me to ask Baba, so Baba says, okay, there is a lot of fire, what you do? remain calm and cool. Just remain calm and cool. And I had been telling them, and not react, not fearsome, because then you could do something wrong. Then it could be, you don't know,
Yeah,
wrong
it makes
after
it
all.
worse.
Yeah, so I think this self-effort, self-progress, engage with Baba, and I think all that we will be able to create that kind of environment and our vibrations, and then whatever different methods of knowledge we will tell others, they will find it very helpful. It won't be just knowledge, but it will be the words of power, words of blessings.
Yes, that's very helpful. Um, and also to not try and fix people. I'm not an authority, to remedy people's traumas. That's really up to Baba. Um, Also, I feel a solution to Didi is the bodyless stage. And I really liked how, well, we called her Little Mohini in those days. She was sharing her experience earlier in the program, and that it was such a transformative experience that she just didn't even see the world the same. And I was wondering from, your generation, Didi, with Baba, what was instilled in you? Like, how do you, and I'm talking about the bodiless stage. What is the bodiless stage? How do you know you've actually acquired that stage and how to sustain it? What are the steps? So the
You
bodiless
know,
stage, yeah.
yeah. One is the knowledge, then is awareness, then is practice, and then you become embodiment of that. So first is awareness, that is, you know, I am literally paying more attention these days, that every little time after I am soul and these are souls, and I'm just using my body to, like have the knowledge, the thoughts, and it will create awareness in you. And as much we do, that much percentage has become your stage of being bodiless. Maybe 70%. So bodiless stage is really changing knowledge into awareness, into practice, and then your own stage. And everyone has to do that. That means just simple thoughts of I am soul, I am peaceful soul, I am loveful soul. These thoughts during day, few times, can help you to not only become soul conscious, but also it's like you don't feel, as if bird is not in the cage. It's like some kind of freedom. Otherwise, the body consciousness is like a cage. You feel suffocating, but when you practice soul consciousness, bodiless, that freedom is there. That's what I experience bodiless stages.
How do you, okay, so that's your experience. So the stage I heard was you know the knowledge, and then you bring in the awareness, and then you practice. And I liked what you said too, was just simply see others as souls. And I remember when I first came into Gyan, I would even be waiting in line for the groceries, and I would just see everyone playing their part, and they're all souls. It was so intoxicating.
Right.
Yeah. Also, too, Baba was talking today in the Murli about, you know, total surrender. I think it was like apna sab kuch safal karo swaha karo, right? And I hope I said that right? That surrender everything and make your actions worthy or worthwhile, and to just surrender everything. And that to me is such a wonderful thought. Um, and it's interesting we're talking about bodyless, we're talking about a constant, stable stage. And here Baba's inviting us to surrender everything. And if you do, then I will surrender myself to you for 21 births. So you know, I'm just thinking from when you first met Baba, Bap Dada, and what was that experience for you that I will surrender everything? That this is it. This is what was that moment for you? Because you said you came out of
Look,
curiosity first, and then
yeah, it took time. No, definition of surrender is I belong to Baba, everything belongs to Baba, and then I am the trustee. So if everything is Baba's, then I'm a trustee. Am I using my thoughts, my wealth, my time according to as a trustee, or is it mine? My mind says this, or this is what my body. So this my finishes in between. And I give you an example that, this whole thing, the way it is understood and done. So one time, one brother said, now I am surrender, but he was working. So he thought that I have to surrender. So when he got his first paycheck, he took it to Baba. And Baba said, he said, Baba, I have to make it worthwhile, suffer, surrender. Baba says, okay, you gave to Baba. So Baba gave him back the check and he said, whenever I need or its center needs, I will let you know. And then he was told after some time, a new center was starting. I was part of that. And that brother brought a big check. And he told the whole story that Baba has told me and it's from Baba. And so some other we thought, when center was self-sufficient, to kind of give him back. And he said, no, it was from Baba. But then he was saying that how that money keeps coming back to him in some way or other. Like he knew that when you are trusting, Baba trusts you and Baba gives you more, then you use it. Same could be with the body. So that time I learned little bit about that Baba doesn't want, okay, now empty your bank account, bring it to me, or whole day just sit and do what I have to tell you. No. Everyone has part to play. But how do I remain as a trustee? Belonging to Baba and be a good trustee. That means you're not wasting anything and whenever there is something big, you take proper directions and then you do it. Because lot of time, many things we do is a trap of karmic accounts. If we are not really following proper directions. And I said, but why you didn't ask? You should have, don't follow, but at least discuss what you're doing. Because you don't know, you end up in losing a lot of money, your lot of time, your health, so many things happen. So I think surrender is belonging to Baba. And after belonging, you remain trustee. And trustee means you don't do anything on your own, right? You always will ask one who has made you trustee, consultation, and then you remain all the time, never being deceived, never lose anything. For me, anything, I say, oh, it's Baba's, where will it go? We will find it definitely because it's Baba's. So deep within that relationship is formed where trust, I am trustee, and Baba looks at me as trustworthy. So it's very interesting how Baba says, okay, then if you belong to me, I and my everything belongs to you. Very beautiful experiences in life.
yes, it is a beautiful experience. I like how you had framed it that it will bring benefit even in this lifetime and closer to Baba. It's like a reciprocation of some kind. And also, he was mentioning too to surrender our sorrow, our fears, and to the topic today, those triggers and traumas. I also liked what you said, to be constantly happy, that you need to sustain that earlier today. So thank you, Didi. I prepared a song that's of happiness.
You are now in advance. Everything is ready. We don't have to tell. We are happy.
Yeah, it's a sweet song. I can't say I'll have a song prepared every time that I come, but I came across this song. It's an oldie goldie song from the 40s, 50s, but it's so appropriate. And every time I sing it, I become happy no matter what. It's just a sweet song, okay?
Yeah, sure, we are happy.
Okay, so I have some music with this one. Oops, 1 second. 1 second. I have to set this. Okay. Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? Talk about a star looking like a toy, peeking through the branches of a tree. Talk about a thrill. Talk about a joy. I'm just happy to be me. Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You've gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna make a dream come true? Talk about the child saying to the Lord, Golly Baba, I am lucky 'cause. Talk about the Lord saying to the child, you and me is lucky to be us. Happy talk, keep talking, happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You gotta have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? If you don't talk happy and you never have a dream, then you'll never have a dream come true. Ba 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 ba.
Very good,
Isn't that
very
fun?
good. We are happy.
It
Yes,
makes me
yes, we have.
happy.
Oh, Baba said no, play the game with happiness, So thank you very much to
Okay.
make everyone happy.
Okay. Om
Okay.
Shanti Didi.
Om Shanti.